further what transpired. David, you're welcome to Eyewitness News. Apologies, we've lost David Japeni there. We'll try to re-establish connection with him, but the story, as we have received so far, is that Valentina Ninoy Naughty has been involved in politics. He has contested in the past as parliamentary candidate for the NPP. In fact, in 2024, he was the NPP candidate for the Korle-Klottey constituency, having previously held the position as chairman of the constituency. Indeed, there was even a time where she left, so I beg your pardon, he left the New Patriotic Party altogether to run as an independent candidate, and all the issues that came from there. Let me read the story for you that we have on our website, which is titled Why Former NPP Parliamentary Candidate Valentino Naughty Stabbed His Wife in the US. In fact, let's hear from the relative of the victim now, David. David, you're welcome back. Sorry, apologies, we lost you there. Hello, sir. Hello, sir. Can you hear me? Good evening, David. Can you hear me? There seems to be a problem establishing connection with the gentleman who is going to give us this story. But some information we picked up that we have put together on our website. I'm going to read it for you. The family of Gilda Naughty, wife of former New Patriotic Party parliamentary candidate for Korle-Klottey Valentino Ninoy Naughty, is calling for justice following her alleged stabbing in the U.S. In an exclusive interview, Citi News, relatives said Gilda Naughty was stabbed multiple times by her husband during what they described as a domestic dispute, reportedly linked to threats of divorce. David Japenin, who we are trying to speak to now, he is an uncle to the victim, and he spoke earlier and described the incident as deeply troubling and appealed for justice to be served. Now, the quotations that we have in our story, published by CitiNewsroom.com and written by my colleague Akosia Autry, says, quote, "They had a little argument and my niece said she may file for divorce if things continue that way. My niece said Valentino threatened to either kill himself or kill her. He stabbed her 3 times. She pleaded with him to take her to the hospital. He agreed on condition that she would not mention his name. Unfortunately, she had the car key and money to drive to the hospital where she works. She's getting better. As a family, we want nothing less than justice." That's the quotation. Let's go back on the phone lines, as hopefully this time we have a better connection to David. David, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you, sir.
Very well. Sorry for what happened to your family. I was just trying to read the bits and pieces of what you said to my colleague earlier, but for benefit of our audience who may not have heard you on radio, this incident transpired when exactly and where?
Okay, so the incident happened in Pennsylvania, in the United States of America. We got the news on Sunday, early hours of Sunday morning. My sister called me around 4:30, 5 a.m. and said she's just received a call from Ninoy's auntie, who is in Maryland, that this is what has happened. And currently, our daughter is in the hospital. So that's when we got the news. But as to the exact day, I cannot say, but I'm sure it will be somewhere early hours of Saturday, because she underwent surgery. So we were able to talk to her, I think, after the surgery. Yeah.
Okay, so how is she?
Currently, she's still at intensive care receiving treatment. I would say she's a bit out of danger because she received prompt treatment when she got there. The facility also happens to be where she works. So I think she received the best care according to her. So far, she's good. I even spoke to her this afternoon. I think the voice is better than yesterday when I spoke to her.
Did she say which part of her body was stabbed and what led to the immediate altercation that resulted in the stabbing?
So she was stabbed about 3 times. I think the attempt was to stab the neck area where She said she was able to kind of block, like use the hand to shield that aspect. So the first stab was in the rib, and that also resulted in some injury, and the other two, I think, was in the tummy, and that also affected some vital organs. But I mean, we are hoping she recovers from it.
Did she say what was used to stab her?
Come again?
Did she say what was used to stab her?
Knife.
So the husband had a knife.
So the whole thing happened in the house. I think when she came back from work, they had a few confrontations, and according to her, that she said, "Okay, I'm no longer interested. If things will go the way they are going, then I may have to ask for a divorce." And I think that didn't sit well with him, and he went downstairs. I think she also rushed to the room, locked the door, but he came back, broke the door, and with a knife, and started the whole thing. So,
do you know if there were underlying issues? Were there previous issues between them?
I can't say no. I can't say yes, because they are couples, and as couples, I mean, having issues is normal. So I'm sure maybe they've had their own issues, but for that one, I cannot say that, oh, maybe the previous day there was this argument or that. I mean, she's still not in the right state, so we don't ask her a lot of questions about the whole thing.
So what I mean is that as family, are you aware of any issues that may have led to the conversation around she asking for a divorce? Maybe there were issues that led to a head.
But, I personally don't know. But if she has been talking to the mother, who happens to be my sister, she's here to tell me if there were any such confrontations earlier on. She has not mentioned that to us yet. So, but I also don't want to assume that there was nothing like that. But as far as the larger family is concerned, I mean, I don't know, that sort that triggered this whole thing.
How long have they been married for? Do they have children?
They've been married since, I think, February 2018 to date. They have 2 kids together, 2 boys together. But Nina already had 3 kids before they got married. So in all, they have 5 children, and all the 5 were with them in the States.
So all the 5 kids are in the U.S. with the wife?
Yes.
Okay. Now, what do you know about Ninoy himself? What is happening to him now?
What is happening to him now?
What I mean is that, so we are told he was arrested. Was it your niece who reported before he got arrested, or how did he get arrested, and what has been happening so far?
So my niece drove by herself to the hospital with the blood and everything, and whatever is happening to her. She managed to drive to the hospital all by herself. So I'm sure the reports we had, Nino turned himself in to the police.
So how did the arrest happen? I mean, just want to understand, and whether he has had his day in court.
I think I don't know, but what the auntie said, he said he turned himself in. So I don't know how the whole thing, whether he called somebody for advice or not. I can't say. But all that I know is he's currently in the police custody. But the wife is doing well. My cousin was at the hospital yesterday, and he confirmed, oh, she's doing well. So we keep praying day by day for the better.
As a family, what is your wish in this particular matter? What are you looking forward to?
Yeah, so this It's justice that we seek for. What the Lord says when somebody commits such an offense is what we seek for. The law must be followed to the letter. And whatever punishment or sentence that it is deemed with regards to the offense that he has committed, that is what we seek for.
Thank you so much for speaking to us.
You are welcome, sir.
That's David Japanin, his uncle to the wife of former NPP parliamentary candidate for the Korle Kloti constituency, former chairman as well, Valentino Ninoy Norte. The news is that he stabbed his wife in the U.S. He has been arrested and detained. The wife, according to what the uncle is just saying there, is in stable condition. This is Eyewitness News on 97.3 Citi FM, broadcasting around Ghana via Adwinpa 100.7 FM in Takwa, Beach 105.5 FM in Takrady, and Sky 93.5 FM also in Takrady. On Greener 95.9 FM in Sunyani, Adwinpa 99.9 FM in Nkawie, Heritage 107.3 FM in Hohoe, Freedom 88.1 FM in Sogakofa, Radio Gaki 88.3 FM in Saboba, Quality 88.7 FM in Garu, Bolga 102.7 FM in Bolgatanga, Nobia 98.1 FM in Nalerigo, and Pupeli Radio 92.7 in Wa. This is Eyewitness News.
It happens.
Oh, jump on now.
Go. Google me. At what time will you come back where I don't hear the sound of your car? Why you buy new car?
No, I not change my car. It be the same ride. It be the fuel way I change. Way one shouts it. Ever since I started using the all-new Excellium Premium Fuel, fortified with 3-in-1 action. Oh, Joe, now my car they run like electric car. No, it's so.
This is the type of fuel where they want to. Because now engine they cost. Where they want for way if I buy it, it go protect my engine. And with the small way I buy, I go drive, sir.
Absolutely. It's like strapping a turbocharger to your engine and giving it a protector. And what they bust my mind, Seth, be the 3-in-1 action, no? Excellium, they prevent up to 99% of deposit. It be anti-wear, some be anti-corrosion. Won't pay when I open them.
Hey, so where can I find this magical fuel?
Just head over to any Total Energy service station and your car will thank you.
Hey, then make a finish my gobe fast, then rush go Total Energies. My friend, but why your hand my gobe inside?
I give you info. Make a fill the gobe too small.
Go.
Yo, Anna. Excellium is designed to protect your car engine, decrease fuel consumption, and lower CO2 emissions. Don't say fuel, say Excellium. Choose Excellium, choose quality.
We are officially sold out. 10 years of memories, 10 years of adventure, 10 years of culture and crazy good vibes. This March, we're turning it all the way up from the 1st to the 8th of March 2026. 8 days, 14 regions, 1 legendary caravan. Rolling out from Greater Accra through Eastern and OT, up north to the Northern and Upper East, and all the way to the Western region, hitting iconic destinations across Ghana. Expect non-stop fun, breathtaking views, deep cultural immersion, and unforgettable moments. This is more than a trip. It's culture in motion, adventure without limits. Pack your bags and get ready. 10 years of the Heritage Caravan, experiencing the sights and sounds of Ghana. You cannot miss this. The Heritage Caravan 2026 is powered by Channel 1 TV with support from Citi 97.3 FM. Terms and conditions apply. Heritage Caravan 2026, experience Ghana like never before.
Let your voice be heard on Eyewitness News on Facebook at facebook.com/Citi97.3, Twitter at twitter.com/Citi973, and Instagram at instagram.com/Citi973 with the hashtag Eyewitness News.
Yeah, welcome back. This is Eyewitness News on 97.3 CTFM. The New Patriotic Party goes to the polls on the 31st of January 2026. 6. Well, that's next weekend, and the flag bearer aspirants have been busy. Akosia has a story for us.
Let's speak to one of them, or let's listen to one of them. That's Kwabena Japan, who is one of the flag bearer hopefuls. So he says that Ghana's political system has failed to inspire hope among citizens. Well, he made a comments today while presenting his 6-pillar policy vision as part of his campaign ahead of that crucial flag bearer race next week. Well, according to him, the promise of democracy has not delivered meaningful improvements in the lives of many Ghanaians.
On the 6th of March 1957, exactly 5 years before I was born, Ghana became an independent country. And at the old polo grounds, our first president, Dr. Kwame Nkrumah, grabbed the attention of the world with a speech delivered with oratorical flourish. And Nkrumah posited that it was Ghana's duty to show how independent Africa could manage its own affairs. Nearly 7 decades have passed since, and it's imperative to pause, reflect on the extent to which we have been able to achieve the goals we set, and ask ourselves the painful questions. Is this it? Is this it? Is this the Ghana we envisioned? We see the numbers, but even more importantly, we feel the dismal reality. We feel it more especially in the frustration of the youth and the unemployed graduates that we have with no jobs. We feel it in the many manifestations of poverty that are still unacceptable in our beloved motherland. Too many of our citizens are unable to achieve their full potential in life due to the suboptimal systems that we have in our country: education, health, governance, infrastructure management, and many more. Today, we face the wanton existential threat that is galamsey. In summary, we have not created enough hope with our politics. Democracy has not yielded the expected dividend. This certainly is not our destiny. This was not our dream. The dream of our forebears has been clouded. And to repeat for emphasis the unwanted features of our current existence: poor sanitation, high unemployment, galamsey, a chaotic explosion of slum settlements, perilous health care, and a public service struggling under the weight of unbridled politicization, resulting in inequality and indifference. This is not the Ghana our martyrs died for. And that is why I stand before you this afternoon, my countrymen, fully determined to usher in a new dawn to stem the decline. You know my story, my entire life, forged in the furnace of personal trauma, long-standing dedicated service to this party and our country has prepared me for this moment. I have learned at the feet of the giants of our political tradition that leadership is not about entitlement. It's about understanding people, it's about loving people, it's about helping people. And that is the heart of the new dawn.
That was MPP flag bearer hopeful Kwabena Japan. Now, the campaign team of New Patriotic Party flag bearer hopeful Dr. Brian Champon has welcomed calls for a peace pact among the 5 presidential aspirants ahead of the 31st January primaries. On speaking to Citi News, campaign spokesperson Pius Enam Hajide said a call aligns with Dr. Champon's message of unity and decorum.
Bernard Champon has already committed to ensuring the peace, the sanity, and unity of our party, not just in words, but by conduct. You have monitored how Dr. Bernard Champon has conducted his campaign. Even those who speak for him, you will notice that we speak about party unity. We are not in the business of increasing enmity and animosity within our ranks. That is not Dr. Bernard Champon. His life, his political life, his private life, we see that this man is one who is interested in his focus on uniting people wherever you find him. My challenge, however, is this not coming a bit too late with a few days to the elections? We have listened to the conduct of the campaigns, especially from the camps of H.E. Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia and Honorable Kennedy Ejapon. It has been very abrasive. It promotes division rather than unity. You have listened to the language that they use. I give you an example. A few days ago or weeks ago, one of the candidates, Honorable Kennedy Ejapon, was on national television. He was asked, would you support Dr. Bawumia if he won the election? His response was that, no answer.
Pius Enam Hajide, spokesperson for the Dr. Bernard Champon campaign team.
Well, that's not all that's been happening on the campaign trail. I've been joined in studio by Hansen Ajiman because there's been social media furore over some comments that were made by Kennedy Ejapon. Now, he did what looks like an address, and he made some statements against Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia. Now, Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia has reacted. So I want us to first hear what Kennedy Ejapon said, and then based on that, we listen to Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia's response.
One contested because not this man is a liar. Today, I tell you, he's a liar. You shouldn't vote for a liar. A man who is lying to have power. Wow. Won't hear the history. Adubuahin, occurred 1992. And we win. And occurred general election. And we lose. 1996. The former black flag bearer, Ejine Kumasi, Kasena Adubuahin Yare. Kufuor contested Adubuahin in 1996. And Kufuor BT Adubuahin. And the flag bearer. He was fighting to go on the post, and they did not agree. And when contested, I will pay power. We be able to mining now to be detro and distort history. Say, Mr. Mamon to Abama, Ugamunian, Ubia Maninically, so we're a liar. What in the bar, we're a liar, and the people are not going to vote for him. He's not a trustworthy person. When I heard him yesterday saying that, I said, what? A presidential candidate who wants people to vote for him will look eyeball to eyeball and lie.
So that's the Honorable Kennedy Ejapon seeking to be flag bearer of the New Patriotic Party. And then we are hearing now that Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia, who was a party's flag bearer, who is actually the man he's referring to, has been responding. Hansen has been following that particular campaign team. Hansen, you're welcome to Eyewitness News.
Thank you, Sandra.
So is it the case that Dr. Bawumia himself responded, or someone responded for him?
So Dr. Bawumia, speaking in Mansour Dubia, responded generally to what he says are plots by certain persons to attack him going into the final moment of the campaign. And so you cannot say he specifically responded to Kennedy Ejapon. However, he responded to the fact that people are going to attack him. He says his team has uncovered a plot to attack him as their strategy going into the end of the campaign, and is thus urging delegates to ignore such attacks and know that there's no truth involved in that, and they should vote for him come January 31, 2026, when the NPP goes for its presidential primaries.
So you said he spoke in Mansour Dubia. Let's listen to him.
Few days ago, na yeti anomabi ebeka nchire say 2 weeks ya akai say ye ko election. Omo the strategy bi eba omo ne ye nkrofo ye bi omo se omo be didi matem saa omo be twa ntro egu mi so 2 weeks na wachi mi enu a ebe enti mo nyina mo nye alert mo beti nsem bebre enye nokre omo pese omo sesa mo adwen omo be didi matem saa ma mo mfi omo monko na monko to abano emami enya saa monko na monko to abano emami we a ye koi enye atem didie competition na ye ko omo say omo nim say omo campaign no tonsuyom enti omo say if you miss the ball don't miss the man enti na omo de atem didie eba me hono me so me fi omo ye be focus akodi inkunim January 31st 2026 na osha asema unka yempo omude be hye wenum edidi watem so aka se uye koshini we mu nyina ade a omo beye me so me fi omo.
So Hansen, that's Dr. Bawumia. He spoke Chi.
Yes. So essentially what he's saying is that his team has uncovered a plot by some persons who are opposing him in this presidential primaries, and the plot is to the extent that they intend to attack him as a strategy going into the last minute of the campaign. He uses the expression, if you miss the ball, don't miss the man, to signify that the plot suggests that if the people know they are not going to win, then they will attack him to win. So but he says he's not going to respond to them. He's going to be focused on his campaign and hoping that delegates come January 31, 2026 will vote for him.
But Hassan, so the issue is all around Professor Edu Buahin, the late former presidential candidate of the NPP in the 92 election. Kennedy Pons said that Dr. Bawumia has said that Prof. Edu Buahin was not well and did not seek re-election in 96 or something to that effect. And he's saying that Dr. Bawumia told untruths. Now, did Dr. Bawumia specifically respond to that attack on his person by Kennedy Pong?
He, as Dr. Bawumia, has not responded specifically to that, but in the statement he noted that anything that you hear which sound like as attacks on him are untruth, and so a general reaction to some of these things, but not a specific reaction. What we know is that Kennedy Japan made this point in an address that looked like a Zoom conversation with some delegates, where he indicated that Dr. Bawumia was misrepresenting the facts of history. Even though we've not heard from Dr. Bawumia himself itemizing the allegation and responding to it, we've heard from members of his campaign team, like Frederick Opare Ansah, actually, who has indicated that there's no truth to what Dr. Bawumia, so what Kennedy Japan has said against Dr. Bawumia. They have actually come out to say that that is a statement the NPP's Ashanti Regional Chairman Nuntumi said in Kumasi during Dr. Bawumia's campaign in the Ashanti region, which is still ongoing.
Okay, so it's Chairman Nuntumi who said the Professor Edu Buahin thing, not Kennedy Japan.
Yes, and
not Dr. Bawumia.
Yes, and
that is what
that's what Frederick Opare is saying. I've listened to Chairman Nuntumi, who in addressing delegates sought to narrate the history of the NPP, and when it got to 96, he indicated that because of some ill health, delegates, or because of some ill health, the NPP chose John Ajekum Kufuor to represent the party going into the election. But as to whether Dr. Bawumia said this, that we've not heard any video as of yet.
Okay.
The other thing is that I have followed Dr. Bawumia's campaign when he started in the Ahafo region through to the Western North region, and this will be 4 regions: Ahafo, Bono East, Bono, and Western North. And he always speaks about an R. And if you take the clips for all these places that he's been to, he says exactly the same thing.
And talk about Professor Edu Buahin.
He talks about Professor Edu Buahin, but he talks about him in the context that the NPP after 1992 there were agitations that Professor Dubois should be changed, and he was indeed changed in 1996. However, the NPP didn't win 1996, so he only talks about it in the context to say that there's no certainty indeed that if you change him, you will win. But as to whether he in Kumasi also sought to say that Dubois was not well, it is one thing that we cannot confirm at the moment.
Thank you so much. Hansen Ajiman is my colleague here, is our legal affairs correspondent. This is Eyewitness News on 97.3 Citi FM.
Eyewitness News. Be there as it happens.
Je m'appelle.
Je m'appelle.
Je m'appelle.
Mappé. Et mappé. Hey, Asamo. French idiot. This is midi croissant.
Meet Jan. She makes sobolo in a small shop in Kaswa. She's going places with MTN Ejumapa. Now, she's learning French kakra to teach her francophone customers indigenous recipes.
Watashi no namae wa.
Watashi no na. My boy.
Whoa. She's learning Japanese too? Watash. What? If you're a woman with a small business, join MTN Ejumapa today by dialing *5060# and enjoy 150 megabytes data, a lifestyle bundle for social media, free MTN to MTN calls every Monday, and an insurance cover. You will also gain access to expert training, discounts on digital tools, and financial support to grow the business of your dreams. Terms and conditions apply. MTN.
Are you feeling tired after a hard day's work? Have you lost your appetite even for your favorite dish? Viral Blood Tonic is a nutritionally balanced, pleasant-tasting tonic fortified with iron and vitamins to boost your appetite and energy levels for high performance. Viral Blood Tonic, easy to take and good for the family. Viral from Danex Iting Starwin PLC. If symptoms persist after 48 hours, consult a physician. This advert is FDA approved.
Eyewitness News. Be there as it happens.
You're welcome back. This is Eyewitness News on 97.3 Citi FM. Now, let's go to the Foreign Affairs Committee of Parliament. The minority side on that committee is asking for the dismissal of Foreign Affairs Minister Samuel Okudzeto Ablakwa and also the recall of Ambassador Victor Smith. The man who made the claim or the statement is Nana Asafo-Adjei Aye. He is deputy ranking on the Foreign Affairs Committee. He's also a member of Parliament, MPP MP for Bosumi Frehu. He's joined us on the line. Honorable, you're welcome to Eyewitness News.
How are you?
I'm well. Presidential prerogative to appoint a minister. You want him to be sacked. Why?
Omaru, let me first and foremost greet you and greet your listeners. Omaru, we made a simple claim and we made or established some basis to that claim. Thing number one, you see, the U.S., Umaru, you and I know, have given us some indications way back of how they are managing the new Trump administration. We know how Trump bargained the visa or the visa regime in his country, or use it to force countries to do the things or the kind of things he wants them to do. We know it. He used it once on us and then reduced the 5-year visa term to 3 months and the multiple entry to single entry. You know how he got us to, accept his deportees into our countries by using that tool and other requests and demands that we yielded to. So our point was clear that, look, you knew how this man was or how this man uses this tool of visa sanctions. So you should have studied this pattern, institute a certain system and mechanism that will help you anticipate, preempt, and help prevent Ghana from getting into an expanded list or any sanctions that the U.S. is intending to. The reason is simple. Omar, are you aware that U.S. alone is the largest pool of our remittance in this country? They give us annually 2.5 billion, which is more than the total budget put together for the Ministry of Foreign Affairs, for the Ministry of Local Government, for major ministries in this country. The 2.5 billion, Omaro, is not loans. They don't have conditionalities. They are sweat of our brothers, of our sisters, of our colleagues, of our friends, of our family members, that they remit back home, basically, to build houses, to pay school fees, to buy medicines, to do almost everything. Now you hear friends, families, and cronies of the party of the NDC or government saying that, this is not the non-migrants are not part of it, so it is not okay. Even the Washington ambassador issued a statement to that effect to create the impression as if we should be consolated with the fact that it does not affect the non-migrant. But Omaro, how much does the non-migrant contribute to our local economy? And the migrant visa contributes so much to our local economy. And this action, this freeze, is just to, make a family that is seeking to reunite. Make somebody that has gone through the legal processes, paid all the required fees for the visa application, be told that, hey, Washington do not now trust Ghana enough to process your visa application because of some negligence of our ministry or minister, and some attitude of our minister, and some posturing of our minister. That's number one. And we believe that, you see, when you are ignorant, it is in itself negligence. And when your negligence costs millions of cedis or millions of dollars, then that negligence must be punished. So simply put, we are saying that, look, there have been lots of instances, that once our minister would have a sober head for reflection, would have engaged a lot of people, would sit down to for broader consultation and employ high stakeholder and engagement. Our minister will resort to Facebook theatrics, will resort to banters that will give him short-lived trends, will give him headlines. But the real issue at stake is not being dealt, which will have long consequences on the Republic. One example we cited was that of the Israeli issue. Omaro, there was an issue with consular issue with Ghanaians who are traveling to Israel. The parliamentary delegation was held about 5 hours. I mean, some pilgrims and all people had issues. Omaro, this is a genuine issue. The minority is not saying that when issues like this happen to our citizens, we should not protect them, we should not defend them. No. But we are saying that, look, when issues like this happen, what you need to do is you need to soberly engage in all the diplomatic avenues. In as much as reciprocal action is important, it is also important that we look at emotional balance. When we went into details to the matter, the ambassador or the Israel drew our attention that they had been trying to reach our embassy in Tel Aviv, but our embassy is not responding. No, we are not interested in why our embassy is not responding to migration issues. Two, the ambassador for Israel in Ghana was not even in Ghana at the moment when the issue happened to even engage him. We did not do that. Look at our long-standing Israel, the contribution Israel have done to this country. Then we move straight ahead to get a social media stand that we have also deported 3 Israelis that are coming to this country. When we can soberly engage into this matter.
Nana,
when the minister came to,
I'm trying to forgive me because of time. So, specifically, the sins of Honorable Blackwell would be that what he did not act in a diplomatic manner?
So you see, we believe strongly that there are a lot of instances. One,
because the issue is that if America decides to do whatever they want to do with their visa issuance, how do you blame your minister for that?
Okay, so when America decided to waive the 15% tax or tariff placed on us, when America decided not to include Ghana in the 1,500 deposit to the visa thing, we celebrated it. It was an achievement. But when America includes us into their sanctions, that one we should not blame the minister. But when the America do not include us in some of their sanctions, the minister should be celebrated.
Okay.
Is that what Omar you are saying?
What about Victor Smith? What's his sin?
So the point is that once you, Victor, it should be your job to be much more concerned about families that the applications are on hold, who cannot reunite, who cannot have legitimate documents to work, who cannot remit money because of these decisions. We have not heard Victor doing anything about that. Rather, Victor is telling us that, because non-migrant visa is not part of it, we should sleep and we should rest. Rather, Victor is interested in an individual whose eyes have detained. This is what Victor is interested in. And we feel strongly that no. I mean, the ambassador to Washington, Ghana's ambassador to US, is supposed to work for Ghanaians, not for propaganda, political propaganda.
But he works for Ghanaians. He went to try and find your former Minister of Finance.
So he didn't go to check families that are having challenges, who are applications have been freezed. He didn't do that. But he was rather interested in checking on the Minister of Finance. Omar, I do not even want to go into the Minister of Finance issue, the former Minister of Finance issue. But my point is that this critical thing that is affecting our matters, I've told you the gravity of the freeze or the sanction. I've explained to you that the whole foreign ministry budget of which a black one is running on, that budget, the remittance is more than that budget. Go and check local government budget. Go and check health ministry's budget. It's remittance alone. And that is not alone. No. They have no conditionality. These are sweat of our Ghanaian families. So instead of the minister being the ambassador, being much more concerned about the freeze, how do we get Ghana out of that list? How do we create a good relationship with US? We do not have an ambassador for the United States in Ghana as we speak now. And the minister is not concerned, so the US is very,
sorry, I didn't understand that. You said we don't have an ambassador. I didn't get
have US ambassador to Ghana. We don't have it.
Okay.
So there's no high-profile US citizen or a Trump representative in Ghana we are dealing with. We don't have it.
But again, that is the decision of the US government to send.
So it should tell you the priority they place on us now. That is what it means.
Okay.
They prioritize us. We are important. If we still remain allied to them, they will be much more concerned about who represent their interests in this country. Remember when their senator spoke about some issues we have with their companies and some debt we are owing them we've not paid. Instead of us, dealing with this issue diplomatically, our minister was much interested in a sovereignty count and stand on social media and taking credit and all that. That is what he's interested in. And that is why we feel that, no, look, I gave examples of all the ministers for foreign affairs that we've had. Victor Beho, Shelia Yokobochi, Hannah Teke, Nanado Dankwa Kufado, Mumuni. We've had a lot of them, and all of them had clarity. All of them had temperament. All of them were not so much interested in chasing social media count or social media likes or social media shares or follows. They were much interested in protecting our lives, protecting our sovereignty, and making sure that the position that we hold in the diplomatic circles, we hold it. Ablakwa wouldn't have been happy if he had come to meet a Ghana image that was in tatters. He came to meet a high Ghanaian image that we were one of the countries that the UN would deal with when it comes to Africa. That we were one of the countries AU will rely on. Now, what are we saying? So it is important that we look at some of these temperaments and we call the government attention. We did not just do this thing to call for the minister to go. No, we raise critical solutions that will help the government, and we propose things that we believe strongly that the government should do. One, we said that the government is supposed, the government should set up a high-level technical working group with the United States to address all outstanding migration documentation and consular cooperation issues, which is very key. We said that the government must employ or appoint a special envoy to the diaspora and migration affairs, reporting directly to the president, not the minister, reporting directly to the president, because the president must also get to know some of these things at first hand.
Very well.
And then we said that we must withdraw the tit-for-tat deportation with Israel and restore normal consular relations based on established international practice. Umaru, look, when you slap a brother or a friend, because Israel have proven to be our brothers and friends for a long time, ages, when you slap them, you will get people telling you that, oh, you're good. I mean, you have proven that you are a man. But other friends that are close to you will now come and see that, hey, Charlie, this guy, we must be very careful about Umaru, because Umaru, no, we should be careful. We should do this. Umaru is not stable. Umaru is not emotionally balanced. Umaru is not predicted.
God forbid, God forbid the bad parts, and God accept.
Oh, Umaru, I'm just using
I know. I mean, so I'm saying God to the bad ones, and God accept the good ones.
The risk area they will push you is different. So we are just asking President Mahama that, look, I mean, maybe Honorable Blackwell will be a fine gentleman for you. He is good in propagating some of your issues. But the ministry you find him is not fit for it.
Very well.
It needs a sober head. It needs people who are much more temperamental and calm.
Okay.
Look at the EU issue. Omar, look at the EU issue.
Let's leave it here. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. That's Nana Safoeje Aye. He's deputy ranking member on the Foreign Affairs Committee of Parliament. He's MPP MP for Bosomi Frehum, and we've not been successful in getting a reaction from the Minister of Foreign Affairs. Neither were we successful in getting a response from the Ambassador Victor Smith. This is Eyewitness News on 97.3 Citi FM. We are coming to you from our studios in Accra. I am Umaru Sandamadi here with Akosia Ochri, who will be bringing us business news next, and then we'll go for Point Blank. My guest tonight on Point Blank is the CEO of the Ghana Publishing Company. We'll talk about what they've been doing. The president went and gave them some applause.
Eyewitness News. Be there as it happens.
Get the details. Every significant financial transaction, every market movement, and all the policies that affect your business. Citi Business News. Be informed.
It's time for Citi Business News on Eyewitness News. I am Akosia Oche. Let's settle for the details. Now, the Ghana Integrated Aluminium Development Corporation, GIADEC, has dismissed reports suggesting the sale of the Volta Aluminium Company, VALCO. In a statement issued on Tuesday, GIADEC clarified that it is pursuing a strategic equity partnership to retrofit and expand the smelter, increase production capacity, and also safeguard employment for thousands of Ghanaians. Or per the partnership, the government will retain significant ownership and strategic control. Or the initiative, guided by a cross-sectional committee and an independent KPMG assessment, is expected to strengthen Ghana's integrated aluminium industry, which will contribute to broader industrial growth. Away from that, beginning February 1, 2026, Ghana will commence the local refining of 1 metric ton of gold per week, marking a significant shift from the export of raw minerals to value-added gold exports. Or the development follows the signing of a landmark agreement between the Ghana Gold Board and Ghana Gold Coast Refinery Limited, and is expected to enhance export earnings. While speaking at the signing ceremony, Chief Executive Officer of the Ghana Gold Board, Sami Jemfi, described the agreement as a major milestone in the management and utilization of Ghana's gold resources.
The refinery, I can confirm, is implementing all the recommendations we made. We then commenced the drafting of an agreement between us and Gold Coast Refinery, which agreement has gone through rigorous scrutiny by the governing board of the Gold Board and our sector minister. Now, this agreement, which we'll be signing a few moments from now, is going to ensure that up to 1 metric ton of gold, in other words, up to 1,000 kilograms of gold that is exported by the Ghana Gold Board, will be refined here in Ghana at Gold Coast Refinery every single week. And we hope to ramp this up through a gradual phased approach and ensure that we are able to achieve total local refining of all the gold we export out of the country.
That was Chief Executive Officer of the Ghana Gold Board, Sammy Jemfi. Now, Chairman and Chief Executive Officer of the Gold Coast Refinery Limited, Dr. Said Diraz, said the agreement underscores a broader shift in Africa's economic direction and reflects Ghana's determination to exercise greater control over the exploitation and value chain of its natural resources.
The world is changing, and Africa is rising. Our continent is rich not only in resources but also in talent. Ghana is leading this change by taking real steps toward economic independence, greater control over its natural resources. Honorable Chief Executive, we share the views that, guided by the bold statement and the vision of His Excellency President John Dramani Mahama, and the supported initiative such as the 24-hour economy framework, the establishment of the Ghana Gold Board, Ghana is advancing towards self-reliant nation, strong, confident, and less dependent on it. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, our journey began with simple but ambitious goal to build world-class gold refinery in Accra to serve Ghana and the sub-region. We confidently say that our journey was born from the vision of His Excellency during his first term.
That was voice of Chairman of the Gold Coast Refinery Limited, Dr. Said Diraz. Now, the Oil Palm Development Association of Ghana has warned that the country is losing an estimated 50 million cedis each month due to the smuggling of oil palm products across its borders. Well, according to the association, significant volumes of locally produced palm oil and related products are being diverted through informal cross-border trade, depriving producers of sales income while reducing potential tax and export earnings. Now, speaking in an interview with Citi Business News, President of the association, Paul Aminu, said the scale and persistence of the smuggling has distorted market dynamics.
This issue has been with us for the past 3-4 years since COVID, and as of today, it's becoming very, very severe. I'm on my way to Eastern Region precisely today because most of the farmers as of today cannot sell their produce because of this smuggling. And we are talking of the loss of per month of close to 50 million Ghana cedis going waste in the industry. Why? Because people are importing from Malaysia, Indonesia through Togo, and they are not paying any tax. This is because GRA and customs are not making sure that the people at the borders make sure that they can bring in this oil.
Paul Aminu is president of the Oil Palm Development Association of Ghana. Before we go, let's take you to the construction sector, where the Ghana Real Estate Developers Association Greater has underscored the importance of sustained exchange rate stability as a key driver of further reductions in cement prices. Well, according to the association, declining input costs would help ease overall development expenditures, enhance cost efficiencies across the housing value chain, and also support more competitive property pricing. Well, Executive Secretary of Greater Samuel Amegaibo made the assessment in an interview, emphasizing that exchange rate predictability remains critical for cost planning and pricing decisions within the construction sector.
For fairness to prevail, it is incumbent on all of us
Where there are gains, let us benefit. Where there are losses, let us also go through it together. And so I believe that my members or developers are translating these gains into their price build-up. And so whatever benefit that is due to property buyers must be given to them. And I sincerely believe that is what is happening at the moment. I think this will be left to the individual developers. They have their price build-up. They know what percentage of their material input is attributed to cement. And also, let's be mindful. These prices, there must be some stability. You can see cement price, dropping today and the next morning it's moved straight into your price build-up.
Samuel Amegaibo is Executive Secretary of the Ghana Real Estate Developers Association, GREDA. And that's how we wrap up the Tuesday edition of the Citi Business News on Eyewitness News. I am Akosia. Audrey, to stay with us. Up next is Point Blank.
Oh, jump on now. Go. Google me. At what time will you come back where I don't hear the sound of your car? Why you buy new car?
No, I not change my car. It be the same ride. It be the fuel way I change. Way one shouts it. Ever since I started using the all-new Excellium Premium Fuel, fortified with 3-in-1 action. Oh, Joe, now my car they run like electric car. No, it's so.
This is the type of fuel where they want to. Because now engine they cost. Where they want for way if I buy it, it go protect my engine. And with the small way I buy, I go drive, sir.
Absolutely. It's like strapping a turbocharger to your engine and giving it a protector. And what they boss my mind self be the 3-in-1 action, no? Excellium they prevent up to 99% of deposit. It be anti-wear, some be anti-corrosion. Won't pay when I open them.
Hey, so where can I find this magical fuel?
Just head over to any Total Energy service station and your car will thank you.
Hey, then make a finish my gobe fast, then rush go Total Energies. My friend, but why your hand my gobe inside?
I give you info. Make a fill the gobe too small.
Go.
Excellium is designed to protect your car engine, decrease fuel consumption, and lower CO2 emissions. Don't say fuel, say Excellium. Choose Excellium, choose quality.
Imagine making or collecting all payments without leaving your chair. Sounds like magic, right? Nah, it's Stanbic Pay.
As the Chief Financial Director of SBA Holdings Limited, payments from clients flow like magic through Stanbic Pay.
From school fees to utilities, government and statutory payment to investment, insurance payment, Hajj payment, and more. Just log on to Stanbic Pay and you're set for life. No Stanbic account, no queues, no stress, no last-minute panic.
Cherish your time and live happier in safety and convenience.
Just visit stanbicbank.com.gh or call 030-340-9212 or 055-676-0683 to get started.
Eyewitness News. Be there as it happens.
This is Point Blank on Eyewitness News. I am Umaru Sanda Amado. Tonight on Point Blank, we are talking about a company owned by the state and how that company is doing. The government publisher or the government printer. In the early days of the Mahama government, the gentleman sitting before me came to this studio and told me he was going to turn the Ghana Publishing Company into heaven. It's 1 year since we spoke. I promised him at the time that I would come and check how he's doing. The issue of the 24-hour economy and more. The president was there last week, gave him lots of plaudits. He already didn't have hair on his head, Otherwise, the hair would have been grey. Nana Kwesi Boete, acting CEO, Ghana Publishing Company. Welcome to Point Blank.
Omar.
Yes.
It's good to be here again.
It's good to see you. I mean, my radio audience, they are the reason I said that you don't have hair. They don't know.
Well, yours is going.
No. Mine is not going anywhere.
I can see your scalp.
You cannot threaten me. You are on your own. You and a few people.
Oh, but you know, somebody once told me that weeds don't grow on a busy road.
So you are trying to say that?
I am not trying to say anything.
You let's leave it there. How are you doing?
I'm doing well.
How is the company we gave you? How is it doing?
Oh, it's doing very well. I mean, I'm happy you're checking up on it. It's traveled
far.
It's traveled and it's seen a lot of eventful things. You know, so we're still on the journey.
You took office when, February or March?
February 16th.
So you're almost a year into office.
That is the case.
It's too early to start taking stock of what you have done. But before we do that, the president visited you.
He did.
What did he say?
It's his company. And, you know, this is under at least I know that under the Fourth Republic, this is the first time any president has been there.
Really?
Yes. And I have not kept record of since Nkrumah opened it in 1965. So it's not being a place the presidents visit often.
Was this at an invitation from your outfit or the president?
No, it was on a working visit. It was on a working visit and decided to come and see how Ghana Publishing is doing.
How big a deal is Ghana Publishing in our scheme of things as a country?
Ghana Publishing is a very big deal. Why? Okay. So, for instance, and I've told you this before, if we had elections and there was no Ghana Publishing, we can't swear in the president. Because the election results has to be gazetted before the president can be sworn in, before the MPs can be sworn in. All their results have to be gazetted.
Okay.
And it is only Ghana Publishing that can publish that gazette.
By law?
Yes, by law. So if that is the only thing the company did, you still can't run a government without it. If laws are passed, appropriation, Bank of Ghana assets and liabilities on bi-weekly basis, lots of things. You just simply can't function without it.
So when the president came, you took him on a tour?
We did.
He saw the place?
We gave him a briefing, we took him on a tour, and he addressed the staff.
And he said what? He said he's happy with what you are doing?
Well, on the day, he said he had visited 3 state institutions, and we made him the happiest.
Really?
Yes.
He said your salary would have been increased if he was your CEO.
Well, I mean, he's still my CEO.
But your salary increment comes from a different place. That's what I mean.
Well, but he told the staff, because this year we've increased their salaries by 40%. So he told them that if they continue to work hard, that 40% will be more. Because
40%?
Yes, and in December they had received, a bonus of the equivalent of their salaries as a 13th month salary. And so, the president said that, well, this is a place that, hitherto if you brought somebody here, they would act as though you are sending them to Siberia. And that, he's impressed with the fact that, the company has seen that level of turnaround that could pay 13th month salary, that could increase 40%. And whilst he was there, we were also, doing some investments for future retooling. So these were, pieces of news that made him happy. And on that visit, he also commissioned our new digital press, which is beautiful and very well equipped, and he was very happy.
You were celebrating, the president was celebrating, but the man you took over from, David Asante, he was outraged and he went on social media. Some media houses have published what he said. He said that the plaudits that were given to you should have been given to the NPP and that you were taking credit for what you have not done. He said between 2017 and 2024, your company underwent a comprehensive facelift, including the acquisition of modern printing equipment and the establishment of new production systems. And this is a quote from him. He says, in the over 60 years of existence of Ghana Publishing Company Limited, no government has invested as heavily in machinery acquisition and expansion as the MPP did in the last 8 years. End of quote. I wish for you to respond to this, and we can talk about other things he has talked about.
Well, I think that, and I think that the former MD was just playing politics. I don't know why he will do that. He inherited a company from someone. The former MD before him, Mr. David Drake, a very fantastic, wonderful gentleman. He was an auditor, he became the MD. I know what he handed over to David. The company has seen a facelift, no doubt. And every leadership has its focus. So, for instance, Mr. David Drake handed over a brand new Land Cruiser. He bought it in 2026.
Okay, 2016.
2016. He bought it in 2016. He handed over a brand new Coaster bus. 3 i10 cars. A Kia Sportage. He had a full functioning setup of offset printing. So this is what he left. Mr. David Asante came. He decided that the company's structures needed some additional facelift. So you realize that the bitumen was covered with pavement blocks. Building saw some painting, because for him the outlook of the company was important. Different focus. Do you understand? He bought a 5-color Speedmaster, as I came to see. At the time, he didn't think a digital press was important. I went there and I can tell you for a fact that there was not a single digital printing equipment. I got there and realized that company, and when I came here, I told you, I want to leave an ultra-modern printing and publishing house by the time I leave. Now, how do you build an ultra-modern printing and digital, and publishing house without machinery? I have focused the energy on machinery and staff welfare. These are different focus. When the president came, I told him, when I went to Ghana Publishing, the finances of the company were such that there was no liquidity. All right. So at the time, if you check and I can show, and if you are minded,
show it to my listeners.
Well, I mean, if you are minded, this will be difficult for your listeners.
So you read it. We'll take.
It's easier. This is the financial statement for the end of year 31st December 2024, okay. And this is the audited financials.
Okay.
And the records will show you that when I went, cash at hand in the company, and this is just the brief that I gave the president that outraged him. Mm-hmm. In fact, as of January, this record shows that the cash at hand was 100,000.
The company's money,
yes,
investment, cash at hand,
not investment,
was 100,000.
The operating cash. Mm-hmm. When I went, the truth is that figure had improved to 400,000. You still had to pay the salaries overdraft, and if you look here, you will see that the company was still operating with an overdraft. All right, salaries were paid with overdraft and all that. That is how you decided as leadership
priority.
Yes, you might have invested in something I don't know, but your liquidity was not good.
Okay.
All right.
So liquidity issue, but are you suggesting that he did nothing at all? So apart from the painting of the building, the paving of the compound.
I have not. You see, you cannot run a company for 7 years and do nothing.
Okay.
It will collapse. What I'm saying is, when you have run your course, you will have your focus that you have run with. Trust me. Unless somebody really slanders me, I will have no interest in coming to ask that, the president says that the last 10 months has been good. If you met a company with 400,000 in bank, we made 400,000.
Okay, in the bank.
And you have now increased it such that you have, investments in excess of, say, 15 million. Mm-hmm. And you're still running, and you paid salaries and 13th month salary and 40%. So when that has been done, and when the president comes, you're obligated as an MD to give him a briefing which is what I did. And since then, this station is the first time I'm talking. So people have said, oh, you're going back and forth with David Hassan. I haven't spoken. I said this to the president. Even when he came to react, I haven't reacted. Only that my corporate affairs people felt that some of the issues he has said were inaccurate and needed correction. For instance, in that write-up, he says that the company increased its assets by 3,000% in 2023.
That's not true.
No, the audited financials will show you. And he said by retooling. The audited financials will show you that in 2023, the company was asked to revalue its assets. So the building and the land sitting in Tudu, which had not been valued for over 20 years, were revalued. And its value moved from 1.3 million to 85 million.
So it's like a redenomination.
Exactly. So you see, when you feel the need to respond to the president, then you can't say something like that.
He said that he established a Kumasi branch for the Ghana Publishing Company, which was the first in the company's history. Is that true or false?
That's false. See, it's false.
How?
The Ghana Publishing Company was established in 1965. It had, well, at the time, it was called the Ghana Publishing Corporation. It had a Tema branch, had a Takrady branch, had a Kumasi branch, had a Tamale branch. Now, it was divestiture that ate these branches. And this is a history everybody knows. Now, what we have in Kumasi now, and with all credit to the lovely staff I have there who are doing a fantastic job, because it's a new branch, we have a sales outlet. So we don't produce one sheet of paper. What we do is, if you want to do a gazette, it was too difficult, for people traveling from Kumasi and the north to come. So you go to the office, they gather the data, they forward it to us in Accra, we print and we send it back and people go and collect.
So it's a pickup and delivery place?
Yes.
But it was started by him?
It was started by him, this new one that we have.
So it's fair to call it a branch?
Fair enough. But, how does that have anything to do with what happened between January and October? He says that it brings in millions of cities that can take care of the wages. But that's not true.
He has mentioned a lot of money. He said if the company was in such a bad state financially, the new management could not have afforded to purchase a brand new Toyota Land Cruiser at nearly $200,000 and a $20,000 digital machine within 4 months.
Well, all these three sets of figures are false.
Okay. So he didn't buy a Land Cruiser.
The company bought a Land Cruiser
for
after 8 months. I don't know the exact figure, because the procurement will take care of it, and some of these figures in cities they don't, so the conversion, I don't even know which rate he's using to get that.
But he said in 4 months. You are saying it's 8 months.
Yes,
but still, is it possible for you to start from scratch and within 8 months?
But I'm telling you that in 10 months, not only have we bought that car, we've opened a new digital press. We have an investment in excess of 15 million Ghana cedis. We have paid 13th month's salary. We've increased, the staff salaries by 40%, whooping 40%. And the structures have seen significant renovation. So it is not only about buying a new car. If it was more your priority, you cannot buy. But the company now makes a daily revenue, significant daily revenue in excess of what was handed over to me.
So you're saying in essence that whatever you expended within the past 1 year, you generated?
Every single penny. Every single penny.
There's a claim he has made that there were revenues from outstanding payments and investments which exceed 15 million cedis.
So let's break these down. One, we've established here that there was nothing like a 3,000%, increase in net assets. Number one.
Well, you have made that you have made that statement.
Yes. Number two, I am saying that the company bought a vehicle and a digital press. The figure is not 200,000.
Is that 200,000 for the car, $20,000 for the machine?
The machine will be way more than more than $300,000. That's what he gets wrong. Number three, this didn't happen in 4 months. All right. Now, so these are the first three parameters. Now you're saying that he said, we collected money from,
outstanding debts.
So which one and which one? He first mentions Parliament.
Yes, so the Parliament part is there. He
says 5 million from Parliament.
Yeah, he said Parliament settled long-standing debts owed the company following the change in management.
I can tell you for a fact that Parliament hasn't settled any debt. If it has been settled to him, I don't know.
Okay.
All right. Parliament still owes the company, but that money hasn't come to me.
And this is debt in terms of Parliament hands up production of those documents that they need.
We do a lot.
Bills and
yes, and we gazette for Parliament and all of that.
Okay.
And it's an ongoing transaction that we have with Parliament.
Okay.
Now you see, Omar, the question really is, why will you need to tell an untruth?
How about electoral commission? He said there was money also coming to you. If Parliament, you are saying no. How about electoral commission? He said, quote, payments running into millions of cedis were made by the electoral commission after the new management had taken over.
But this is the point. Yes, electoral commission, some work had been done.
Okay.
Electoral commission has paid us money, but
so that money is what you used to do, and this was work done.
Why didn't this
work done in the 2020 elections and the 2020?
Why didn't he tell how much it was then? You see, when you're vague like that, you have an objective. So I'll tell you, the electoral commission work also significant procurement in terms of material going as far back as August was done, and not a penny was paid, which all of it has been paid. So again, how can you claim that because you did some printing before you left, it means that everything that has happened, you should be giving credit, because if you didn't print work for electoral commission, nothing would have happened.
Yeah, but if I printed and went home and they came to pay after I've left,
so let's go back.
That money is mine, no?
So let's go back then. 2016, the David Reka administration also did electoral commission printing job and left. So everything that happened belongs to the David Reka administration.
Well, if you want to give to Caesar what belongs to Caesar,
yeah, well, then don't come and complain, because you inherited the electoral commission job. Electoral commission takes time to pay. But the truth of the matter is that the money that came from electoral commission, and everybody knows, we don't print all the electoral commission job. This David Asante's administration printed 40 constituencies. And he knows that those monies after tax will not be up to even 10% or 20% of the figures we're talking about. See, a company is like a human being. So it's unfair to put your hand in his pocket and say this was this. It's a little unfair. Otherwise, and you wait for the 2025 audited financials, and it will tell you what came in from where, because the company belongs to Ghanaians. But this is not credit you should even come and claim. First of all, zero money from Parliament, you say 5 million. Now you say in excess of 15 million. Show us the sources. You say, millions from electoral commission. This is why an outgone MD will come and contradict a certain president, because you believe that money that has been used to do works today, which is being commended, must have come from you.
But why knocking his head against the president? It was you who gave the information to the president to say, even if the president said it, so it's against you. He's challenging you.
No, read his statement. Yeah, he addresses the Mr. President. He doesn't even mention my name. And the issues I raised, one, when I said that we inherited 500,000, in the entire speech, he doesn't even talk about it, let alone to deny it. All right? So you don't deny that.
Okay, but in terms of giving credit where it's due, and that's why I asked you, does it mean he has not done anything? And you said no, there's no way for 7 years he couldn't have done anything.
It is not, yes, so it is not the point. Must you rise from wherever you are after the president speaks and say, oh, this administration has done well? Must you rise and come and say, no, Mr. President, you can't say that, because
if I sow the seed, I'll have to tell the president that my seeds that germinated.
You're not the one who established the company. Somebody sowed the seed before you came. Number one. Number two,
there for 7 years, I've sowed so many seeds.
Fair enough. You didn't acknowledge your predecessor, but fair enough. If you then want to claim credits, which you're entitled to do, don't come and claim that you increased the assets by retooling by 3,000%. It's a lie. Okay. Don't come and claim that you have generated 15 million Ghana cedis, which is a lie. Okay. Don't come and make the claims that you know. He even claims that he started 24-hour economy. Abba.
Yeah, he said that he printed for the EC 24 hours.
How can you?
In the election of 2020.
Is that 24-hour economy? Is that 24-hour production?
Yeah, he said it was a 24-hour production cycle.
So now the MPP started 24-hour economy.
Well,
what we're doing at Ghana Publishing. It's part of the 24-hour economy service where we're now running regular streams.
I'm going to come to that because that's a promise you made me. I want to be sure you are doing that. Before we,
how can you even claim credit like that?
The last thing from him before we go to the other things you're going to deal with. He talked about the Kumasi branch, which you said is just like an outlet. He says that it generates millions of Ghana cedis monthly, enough to cover the company's wage bill.
So why was he? If that's how was he paying salaries with overdrafts? The money was going into what?
Okay, let's talk about the next 1 year. You've done 1 year. The president has given you applause. What else? You told me you're going to do 24 hours. Are you doing that?
Absolutely.
So if I go, Kofi Amma and Kojo are working every day.
Yes, not on Saturdays and on Sundays. Those are not working days in Ghana.
Okay, but you are a publishing company.
No, but we also quite a civil service more or less.
Hire plenty of people now. You have a lot of employed foot soldiers.
Well, we work with labor laws. We work with unions. The unions don't allow.
So you do Monday to Friday.
We do Monday to Friday.
How do you do it? What are the practicalities?
Okay, so now currently we have a set of staff that come to work at 7:30.
Okay.
They close at 4:30 because we try to let everybody work 8 hours.
So 7:30 in the morning.
Yes, they close at 4:30.
Okay.
Then we have another set that come to work at 10.
10 a.m.
So they join the 7:30. Because from 10 a.m. to 4 you have the peak period.
Mm-hmm.
So that time you have a double the complement of staff.
Okay.
They close at 7.
Okay. PM.
So yes, so this set of staff, they are the interface staff. When you come for Gazette, they are the people you meet. They are the people in the reception, finance, administration. So the office the administration part is open till 7.
Okay. 7 p.m.
Yes.
They come from 10 to 7 p.m.
They come from 7:30 to 7 p.m.
So first part 4. You mentioned 4 p.m.
Yes, they close at 4, but the rest that come at 10 stay in till 7.
Okay.
So that set, the interface is always there.
Okay. So it is like the regular working day.
Yes, because after 7 to do is literally dead, and so there's no point keeping staff in that phase. But then all the work we've gathered, Gazette and everything, move into production phase. So the factory where we have the typesetting, computer editing, printing, binary, packing, everything functions. So for instance, if you came to apply for a 24-hour service Gazette, say at 5 p.m. in the night till the next morning, we're working on it, and at 10 a.m. you can come and pick up a Gazette.
Okay. 24 hours? I mean, so I can come for it within 24 hours?
Yes.
Okay.
It's possible that way now. So the
staff come overnight to do that work?
Yes, we have a full functional staff in the operation, and production side from 7 p.m. till the next morning.
So the next group that comes from 7 p.m. and still to 7 a.m.
They stay till 4:30.
And then
technically, but by 5 they leave.
So what happens between 5 and 7?
The machines have to be serviced, the place has to be cleaned, cleaners go, we're cutting paper, we're doing a lot of, so it's the same.
So it's not back to back?
No,
it's not 7 a.m. to 7 a.m.
No, but we are operating around the clock. There is always a functional office going on. Machines have to be paused and be cleaned, place has to be reset up. You cannot have a 24 functioning without pause. We can do that at some point. We haven't gotten there, because to do that you may probably have to have 2 different production lines, so that once you're servicing one, another set of people are in another production line. We haven't gotten there yet.
When the 24-hour economy thing came up and your MPP friends were mocking you, they said, does it mean you have 3 CEOs? So currently do you have another CEO for the late afternoon, another one for the evening, and the one for the midnight?
Do you want an answer to that?
No.
That was just people being ridiculous.
But I just want to know, how do you manage the... So you, of course, cannot split yourself and do the work 24 hours.
Yes.
So how do you manage it? That's what
I go to work in the morning. I close around this time.
Okay.
Sometimes I go and come back, to supervise in the evening to see. But we also have a full management team.
Okay.
And every night shift has one senior management member on duty
supervising.
Yes, on duty. So if there is anything, the senior management member almost, of course, in the absence of the CEO, somebody acts. So they act. So that's how it's structured.
So there's no problem with that.
No, there's not.
Do you have deputy MDs currently?
Not at the Ghana Publishing Company.
You don't have any deputy MDs.
Not
Okay.
You know the phrase deputy MD is not known to law.
Oh really? Yeah,
you are.
No, you are the law.
In your company law, I know what.
My friend, don't do this.
Director is director.
I finished the exams, so let's proceed. But you are the practicing. No, I'm talking about.
I understand.
FTC, there was MD.
Yeah,
there were
the companies
MDs.
that are structured like that. We are small.
So you have just one MD. You don't have deputies for your. Okay.
But we have a management staff. That
who play the roles of.
Yes, so it's a full management.
By the
team
time I meet
functions.
you again at the end of this year, what would be the major thing you would have done with Ghana Publishing Company? Because we have to go now.
Well, this year our focus is capacity building, and capacity building in terms of retooling of the company. The company has a lot of, still a lot of obsolete equipment that has to be replaced, new ones that have to be acquired, because that we're expanding so much in operations, that we expect that a lot of government job will come to us, so we need to be ready for it. But if you meet me at the end of this year, you will be certain that if today we are 40% at where we call the ultramodern, publishing house that we're building, consider that at the end of this year we'll be at probably 60, and a lot of it will be because we retooled the company. We will position it to be so productively viable that government won't have to worry about who the government printer really is.
Okay.
Yes.
But does it mean that if we're going to have elections at the end of the year, you can cover all the constituencies? Because you said David Asante covered only 40 constituencies. He said 5 regions.
Well, the company covered.
So you can you do beyond 40 constituencies now?
If VC gives us, we should be able to. Now we won't be able. But at the end of the year, we should be able to. You remember that
you'll be able to do 275 or 100?
I won't be able to tell, but we would push capacity, because you see, remember that the finance minister indicated that the government free textbook project is going to be printed in the last budget by the Ghana Publishing Company. You are looking at about 21 million exercise books, textbooks.
Are you ready?
We're not, but we will be by the time it comes. And if we would be, we will be for the EC.
Nana Kwesi Boete, acting CEO. Is it MD?
I'm no longer acting. I'm MD.
Confirmed managing director of the Ghana Publishing Company.
Thank you very much, Omar. It was really nice.
All the best. We'll be back again.
Thank you. All the best.
I am Omar Sandamadu. I did this with Akosia Ochi, produced by Corbina Wilson, Beverly London, Fred Jabano, Sami Wiafe, and Juliana Odami Asari. Desmond Nyako helped us with the technical production. Imano also and the new media team supported us online. We'll be back tomorrow at 17:30 GMT. Up next, I'm leaving you in the hands of Skilly Dried. Even though he doesn't agree to play me Lucky Dube, he'll still play you that wonderful, nice reggae music that will make your head jump up, 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 and down, down, down.
Citi News. We speak first. Reach our hotline on 0302 224959 and get interactive on Facebook, Citi 97.3 FM, and on Twitter at Citi 973.